Christina Winters, Free Balloons. We're going to do some tips and tricks for balloons. So I've done some videos with like the basic ones, the ones it should be able to help you watch any video on YouTube and understand what they're talking about. When I say a pinch twist, when I do an oval, when I say blah 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 blah, those can be those spins and twists are basically what's used in almost every single balloon. So we're going to do tips and tricks. I don't go out with these. The other thing is a trash can, because guess what? Balloons pop. They just pop. You can only quality control to some level. So we're going to do a bunny rabbit. Bunny rabbits are wonderful. And there's so many different ways to do so many different things. You can YouTube. I'm old school. I learned in the 70s, so I kind of do old school stuff. Okay, overload. Kind of like the ladybug or whatever. You can try to guesstimate the size. Doesn't really matter. Extra here. Burp my balloon. Run that around. Go to the back. Push it forward. Find my little nibbit. It's going to be my nose right there. And this is where, depending on how much air you put in, you can make your decisions about your ears. So I'm going to put these ears right here. Wow. And you can just guess it. It doesn't matter. But I do want it, it's kind of the same size, so I'm going to hold it here, and I'm going to measure it across. White's probably not a good color for this. I'm not good at videos. So we're going to go there. I'm going to put these together like this. And then, again, it's getting a little windy. I'm going to run my fingers through the ears like this. I'm going to grab that tie space right there. I'm going to hold this, though, because I want it to stay on this side of the ears. I'm just going to take that tie, turn it around, spin it, and then I'm going to adjust the face so that that pole space is down. And that gives me a cute little bunny nose. Probably have to readjust the head after the body. So for the body, we're just going to do 4, approximately, guessing again. If your balloon feels tight, give it a little squeeze. Not a big squeeze, just a little squeeze. We're going to go here. And these can be different sizes for the most part. I mean, the top and the bottom. You'll see why. 2. Now these 2 I want about the same size. And again, give it a little squeeze. Down. And then these 2 I want about the same size. So there, we're going to go there. So these 2 I've got about the same size. These 2 I've got about the same size. They can all 4 be the exact same. They can be different. Okay. And now I've got these 4. I'm going to take this crease here and this crease here, and I'm going to put these ones together. So then it'll kind of look like this. Your face is probably going to be lopsided. Sorry, I'm not good at videos. Face is probably going to be lopsided. I've got my 4, and then I've got my ears. And I'm going to take this, and this is probably going to be tied. So give it a little squeeze, just a little bit. And then I'm going to just guess where I want this. So I'm going to say right about there. I'm going to spin this here. And then, one of the reasons this is good for tips and tricks is I want this to be thick through here. So when I do a bunny, I always want more balloon than what I need for a balloon. Because I want a nice big bubble. See how this kind of caters and or tapers and it kind of comes down? For a bunny, you don't want that. You want it nice and fluffy. So sometimes I hold this, sometimes I don't. I've done a few hundred of these. Okay, so then I'm going to just guess. I'm going to say that's a good bunny tail. I'm just going to spin this, and then I'm going to give this a pinch twist. So that looks kind of funny, right? That looks kind of funny. But I know I've got my ears, I've got my nose, I've got my body, or my feet, my body, and then my pinch twist. I'm going to take this pinch twist here, and I'm going to run it through the feet. So see here? I'm going to put this through, and then I'm going to pull it on the back side, and I'm going to spin my little bunny tail and my thing, and I'm going to put those together. Like that, it's getting pretty ready. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy scissors, or I'm going to take my pin, and I'm going to poke a hole in it. I'm going to use the scissors for speed. Now, I've got these spun together, so it's not so important that I hold it right there. But I do try to keep it kind of within reason. Okay? So I've got that. And then now, usually I do come back here. One of the reasons is I want my knot as close to that as possible. So there we go through there. just like that. And then I'll run this through here a few times. If I've got my knot there, that'll hold the air. And then I extend this because it's, you know, that stretchy material, so it'll come back. And then I'll take my scissors and I'll just kind of clip it close to there. Come around, and then there's that little funny thing. You can't really see it. I'm sorry, I'm not good at videos. But I usually put that down to make my little nose. Very cute little bunny. Very cute, cute. So because it's getting windy and it's getting rainy, I'm going to show you another trick, but I'm going to use a sword because it's fast. That's why. What color are we going to use? Okay. So I'm going to mess this balloon up. Oh, sword's not good. We'll do a teddy bear. We'll do a teddy bear. Okay, but still, I'm going to use yellow. Guesstimate. Extra. Sorry, I broke the balloon. I'm going to do a little nose right there. Back of the head. Ooh. Come on, kitty. We'll do kitty. Okay, nose. So for kitty, we're actually going to go a little bit different. We're going to make it more oblong, but what I am going to do is I'm going to make it a soft face. So I'm squeezing this because I want this to be bendable, is what I want. So I'm going to go soft face here, like that, and see it's kind of oblong. I'm going to do one cheek, one ear, top of the head, another ear, another cheek, just like that. And then I'm going to spin these together. So it's a lot like the bear. The difference is, though, is see, I don't have a double spin on this. The reason is because it's a cat, and I want it to have a snippy nose. I want the cat's nose to go upward. If I put a ball in it, it'll go straight, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to push this through here like this, and then I'm going to give this a pinch twist, and then I'm going to give this a pinch twist. Just like that. So here's the difference. This nose is going upward. If I put a ball there and put it on that seam, it would be straight out. So that's the only difference. I've used an oblong instead of two balls because I want it to have that raised nose. So I usually don't put a neck in my cats. You can or you can't. And then again, I messed this balloon up on purpose because I want to show you a trick. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to do a foot here. I squeeze, give them some room. Now I'm going to put these two together. And then over here, I'm going to just pick up the space. But oh no, look, I have too much air in this balloon. I'm not going to be able to get in my other spins because I have too much air. So a teddy bear or a rabbit or something where you're always going to cut off the back end or hide the back end, then it's a better choice than a cat. But I'm going to take this little safety pin. I'm not going to like cut it like I would with a pair of scissors. I'm just going to add a baby hole. Baby hole. Just a little itty bitty. So what that does is air will come out the back end, but not real fast. So I'm going to go here. And now I have that flexibility again. Here. And here. And look at that. I have enough room. Now because I put that little baby hole in there though, I have to tie this off. A lot of times you'll have to get rid of some more extra to give you some room to tie. Now normally I would do that to something I'm going to hide the back end with because I don't really like the knot in the back of my kitty. But then I don't like that straight either on my cat. So I'm going to add some heat, I'm going to add some pressure and some stretches. So I'm going to kind of play with it. And I'm going to take it around and spin it. This is also how you do a dinosaur's head and a nut tub spinning. Like this. I'm just going to play with it a little bit, give it some stretches. Now I've got a little spin in it. Just like that. Kitty cat. Okay, so you got your scissors, you got your pin. Something else you should know is how how to get an arch in something. It is getting pretty flat out here, so I'm gonna try to make this fast. Okay, so I want this part to be bendable. I want my elephant nose is what we're gonna do. It's an elephant nose. So I'm gonna give this an extra little stretch. And around we go, just like that. I'm gonna burp my balloon, give it a knot, and then I'm gonna push this together like this, and I really want this to arc, so I'm gonna stretch it. And sometimes that happens. So you grab another balloon. So another tip and trick actually is I already know my hands feel like sandpaper. I was in construction for a lot of years, and I can guarantee you balloons are harder on your hands than drywall work. There's a coating on them, and that's something I should probably show you too. And it will tear up your hands pretty good. So sometimes if I'm popping a lot of balloons and I know that they're high quality balloons, it's my hands. They're sandpapery. So I do have bag balm and hand waxer. I'm not real good at gut fitting. Okay, so I've got this arch. I'm going to give this sometimes that's not enough of a bend, so I play with it a little bit more. What I kind of want is a crease right there. So now we've got it arched like that. Coming up, I'm going to just pick how big I want my nose. I'm going to do one of those loops. That's my ear. It can be any size you want. You can have great big old ears, you can have little ears. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes I judge how much balloon I've got. And again, same balloons, same bag, same company. You're going to end up with different sizes. Okay, so I've got my loop, I've got my nose. I'm going to put those together like that. I'm going to make a pinch twist right here. Just like that. I'm going to come around. Do another one about the same size. Put those together like that. Now, with my elephant, I give it a little bit bigger of a neck because I want my nose to show off. One leg, two legs, body, one leg, two legs, one leg, and there you go. An elephant. So I'm going to go grab something real quick. I'm going to leave the screen link. I'm not good at videos. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. Okay, here we go. Let me go grab something. Cornstarch. So balloons come with a coating. Sometimes it's not very good, or your balloons are really old. You can add a little bit of cornstarch, but when I tell you a little bit, what I mean is like a little bit, just like a pinch, and just smear it all over all of the balloons, and it'll help them glide again. If they're squeaking too much, it's because the coating is worn off or it wasn't very good. Sometimes if they get wet or they get dried or they get hot, the coating will just a pinch of the cornstarch and just blend it through everything. But it's getting kind of wet and rainy, so I'm going to call it a day. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. You can leave me a message on the site.